can we just give a little applause to our New York Giants? I am very excited. I was, we picked them. Um, it was mostly because I'm a fan. I didn't
G-Man.
know if I was all there when I was making this pick, but man, they looked good. But I'll let you kind of go with the flow. Give me your take on that whole game.
When I signed off the airwaves with you, I said, wouldn't it be something if Dan Jones went across the pond and came back an international man of mystery, taking down Aaron Rodgers? And not only did he do it, but he actually was the guy to do it. Barkley had a nice game, the defense had a nice game, but when push came to shove, once again we're seeing Dable and Kafka make adjustments. They're now beating teams 70-39 in the second half of football games.
Wow.
And Dan Jones put the team on his back. 3 extended drives to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field. Wink Martindale tricking Aaron Rodgers into abandoning the run game. I loved everything I saw. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and the quarterback loves to run the football. I think he might have been
He
a
looked good.
high school tailback or
I
running
don't
back.
know. He looked good, didn't he?
He's not afraid.
Some might say Brian Dable coached Josh Allen. He shades of Josh Allen from time to time if I
Yeah,
squint hard enough.
yeah.
I will tell you this. I'm actually, you know, and we got a lot to get into, but I will say, just for the recap of this Giants game, it just looks like coaching really has a lot to do with it. We got to give Dable some credit because not much has really changed, let's just say, over the last year, right? I mean, except coaching, management, coaching. I mean, you have a healthy Saquon, I get it. But I just feel like the schemes, what they're doing works, right?
It's all the team building stuff you read about. It's all the culture stuff that
Yeah.
people have been chasing, right? Winning culture, winning. You know what builds winning culture? Winning. So there is that. But I also think, to your point, we see it on the score sheet, right? They're losing the first half of games. They're winning the second half of games. They're both their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are taking what they have and they're doing the best with it. I love hearing these guys talk about how they want to dictate the game.
Right.
On defense, we want to dictate what the offense is doing, not the other way around, which, as a Giants fan, not only have we had offensive coaches that have failed to make adjustments, we've also had defensive coaches who are more of the bend but don't break. So I love the aggression. Like, why not try to win the game, right? What did Herm Edwards say all those years ago? You play to win the game.
Yeah,
And
no
so I
doubt.
love that we finally have coaches that are playing to win the game. And honestly, as stupid as this sounds, that safety at the end of the game
Mm.
made me smile so hard because our previous 3 coaches would not have known to do that.
Not yeah, or they just didn't have enough balls to do it. Let's just put it that way. But I'll just take that. Here's another thing too, and we'll move into this whole Ravens game because didn't think the Giants had a chance. Although I picked them, I didn't know if they were really gonna walk away with the win. Now, can they do this against this high-powered offense and stopping Lamar Jackson?
I mean, I guess I would ask you, what do you think of Tua and Miami? Because they let Tua and Miami come back on them. They let Josh Allen and the Bills. This has been a team that has looked amazing in first halves. Lamar is silencing some of the critics with the passing ratings. DVOA likes the Ravens as the number 2 passing offense in the league. Now, that being said, the eye test, we're seeing him still miss those easy passes. We're seeing him still not look like Patrick Mahomes, a guy who's you can rely on and get that ball there every time. So
Right.
here's what I would say. This tees up perfectly to one of those games where the Ravens win the first half, the Giants make the adjustments, and give themselves a chance in the second half. To your point, right? You didn't think they had a chance in London, and yet they went over there and they looked good. It wasn't a fluke. They looked good doing it. And so, do I believe that Wink Martindale, a guy who coached for the Baltimore Ravens for many years with Lamar Jackson, before taking this Giants job, he got fired by the Ravens. You don't think there's a chip on the shoulder? I saw he was given Lamar gave him a shout out in the pressers this week. Wink
Yeah.
gave him a shout out back. I think that matters. And I think he's going to have a great game plan once again because the stats tell you one story. The Giants defense has some issues, but when it comes down to those key third downs, He gets it done. And I think on the other side of the ball, Baltimore's not been a good defense. So I actually think Danny Dimes, a.k.a. Dan Jones, he might get it done this week. A guy I mean, Darius Slayton is on the field now.
He looked good.
They had to put him there, and you're like, wow, this guy has wide receiver speed.
Yeah.
Get him out there. Baltimore's been horrible giving up big plays to receivers. I think I love Darius Slayton to have a huge game. His receiving prop is only 35.5 yards. I would love to take that over.
I was actually shocked. He had good hands. His hands look good. Catching almost everything. I mean, he looked really legit. And we still have weapons. People don't realize that we have weapons. I don't care if Kenny Galladay is not around; he's not the usual self, and we don't have Kadarius Toney healthy all the time. The fact is, it doesn't matter because these guys are stepping up. And I love this rookie draft pick in Bellinger. This guy's coming through, and I'm not talking about Cody Bellinger. Giants. Hello. I mean, not Giants, Dodgers. I mean, look at the end of the day, I think everyone has an opportunity to win. I think they will bring the greatest plan on earth and be prepared for it. So we'll see. I don't know.
What's the spread?
Right now, the Ravens are laying 5.5 in New York, which tells you one thing: the odds makers have no clue what to do with this. The number would tell you, based on what the Giants have done so far, how you are looking to not take them seems crazy. I guess the only angle you might look to is, hey, Giants are coming back from London. They chose to not take a bye week. Well, both teams last week, the Saints and the Vikings, although giving up points in the fourth quarter, guess what? They both won and covered.
Yeah.